Hello yarn lovers and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the beautiful puff stitch. I'm going to be using Cascade 2020. This is 100% Peruvian Highland wool, and y'all, it's beautiful. The drape is outstanding. The feel, the texture, everything, I love it. I'm going to be using this a lot. Um, Maybe I'll do a review on it. Who knows? But this is actually my first time making a project or a design with Cascade 2020 or with any Cascade yarn, and it's going to be a part of my stash forever. I'm in love with it. All right, enough on the yarn. Let's get to the puff stitch. This is a very beginner friendly stitch, as well as the pattern that I'm going to be using it in. Today, I'm going to be showing you a little bit of my Emily Afghan pattern, and that's the reason for this tutorial today. So, I will have a full tutorial on the actual pattern, but today we're just going to focus on the puff stitch. Alright, so let's get into it. This stitch is so fun to work up, you guys. It's so squishy, so puffy. You're going to enjoy working it up. You're going to enjoy the texture. And it's absolutely beginner friendly. So, in order to work the puff stitch, you are going to want to keep your tension very loose. You're going to chain one, yarn over, go through your chain on the previous row, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull up a loop. As you can see, that's pretty loose. You're going to yarn over and pull through all of the loops on your hook. And to close the puff stitch, yarn over, chain one, and chain one again. Alright, so we can move on to our next puff stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And now we're going to pull through all of the loops that we've created, chain one, and chain one again. And we'll do that again. Alright, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and now we can pull through all of those loops that we've made. We'll then close that up as we did before and move on to our next puff stitch. The repetition of this stitch is so fun, and it reminds me of the granny stitch, but of course the granny stitch is not as puffy. So again, we have those three yarn overs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on our hook. We're going to pull through all 7 of those loops and chain one, slip stitch, and then chain one. And then we're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through. To get those 7 stitches, pull through all 7 of the loops that we made. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky, so you may have to hold it. You're going to close that up and chain one. And let's do a few more of these together. The texture of this yarn is so lovely. It makes doing this stitch even more fun. Alright, and chain one. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Pull through all 7 of those loops and close your puff stitch. Alright, let's do some more of these puff stitches together. I hope that by now that you've gotten the hang of this and that you see how fun and easy this stitch is. Also, remember when doing this stitch that you do not want to hold your tension too tight, or you will not have the consistency in your puffs that you see here. Also, you want to make sure that you keep your loose tension the same, because if your tension isn't consistent, then you may have looser puffs on one row and tighter puffs on another row. So just make sure that you keep your tension consistent, but also loose at the same time. All right. And again, as you can see here, We have those 7 loops that we've created after doing those 3 yarn overs. We're going to chain and we're going to do another stitch. And you see we have those 7 loops. Actually, we accidentally put too many on. So this is an example of how you take those off so that you can correct that mistake. And then we can continue and move forward. Now, puff stitches can be made with different amounts of yarn over and pull throughs or different amounts of loops on the stitch. It's according on how the designer decides to create the puff stitch. All right, and corners for this particular design are so fun for me. They really remind me of the V puff stitch, which is really giving me the idea to want to create a design using that stitch. And we'll go more into detail on how we do it just slightly differently when we're working a corner when we do the Emily Afghan design. But it's pretty much the same as you can see here. And it creates that beautiful V going up the corner. All right, so you'll do your chain 1 and you'll continue to work your puff stitch. And don't forget to make sure that you keep a loose tension. We did it! The beautiful puff stitch. I so love the drape and the colorways of this yarn. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to learn how to do the gorgeous puff stitch with me. I will be releasing a tutorial for the Emily Afghan, but I did want to release a video first to show you how to do the stitch so that you will be prepared for that video once it comes out. All right, so also this here is my beautiful Queen of Hearts shawl. I plan to do a tutorial video for it as well, and both patterns will be available on my Etsy and on my website at impressionsbytay.com. You can also follow me at Impressions by Tay on all my social media platforms. Links are in the bio. Thank you once again for coming and spending time with me today. Have a great day and happy crafting.